Have you ever walked into a room and felt the weight of 1,000 invisible judgments crushing your spirit? That gut-wrenching sensation that whispers, "They don't like you." I know it all too well, and today, we're going to transform that paralyzing doubt into crystal-clear certainty. In the depths of human connection lies an age-old struggle that the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus understood profoundly. He taught us that what troubles people is not things themselves, but their judgments about things. Yet, in our modern world, where social media has turned human interaction into a complex dance of likes, comments, and digital validation, the question, "Do people genuinely like me?" has become more haunting than ever. This isn't just another feel-good video promising empty platitudes. What I'm about to share with you are 7 time-tested, psychologically grounded methods to decode the social matrix around you. These aren't just techniques. They're windows into the truth of your social reality. By the end of this journey together, you'll possess the tools to not only understand where you truly stand with others, but also, and this is crucial, to find peace with whatever you discover. The insights I'm about to share have transformed countless lives, helping people move from paralyzing social anxiety to confident self-awareness. Whether you're struggling with workplace relationships, social circles, or even family dynamics, these 7 methods will illuminate the path forward. What makes this journey we're about to embark on unique is its foundation in both ancient wisdom and modern psychology. We're not just going to tell you to be yourself or stop caring what others think. Instead, we're going to equip you with practical, actionable strategies that work in the real world, while also delving into the deeper philosophical underpinnings of human connection and self-perception. The Roman philosopher Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Today, we're going to bridge the gap between your imagined fears and your lived reality. Through these 7 methods, you'll learn to distinguish between genuine social feedback and the distorted echoes of your own insecurities. Let's begin with the first of our 7 revelatory methods, the art of authentic engagement. Imagine for a moment the last time you felt truly seen by another person. Not the superficial nod of acknowledgement, but a genuine connection that resonated in the depths of your being. The Stoics taught us that true connection begins with self-awareness, and this is where our journey starts. When you suspect people don't like you, your instinct might be to retreat, to build walls of protection around your vulnerable core. Yet, paradoxically, this is precisely when you must lean into authentic engagement. Consider this. In your daily interactions, how often do you initiate meaningful conversations? Not the weather-discussing, surface-skimming kind, but the soul-touching dialogues that leave both participants changed. When we speak of authentic engagement, we must delve deeper into the realm of vulnerable connection. Consider the moments when you felt most disconnected from others, perhaps in a crowded room where conversation flows freely, yet you feel like an outsider looking in. The key to transcending this isolation lies in what the Stoics called rational vulnerability, the conscious choice to show up fully in our interactions, even when fear suggests retreat. This isn't about forcing conversations or manufacturing connections. It's about creating spaces where authenticity can flourish naturally. By approaching each interaction with genuine curiosity and openness, you set in motion a powerful cycle of reciprocity. Others unconsciously perceive and respond to this authenticity, creating a feedback loop that gradually dissolves the barriers between perceived isolation and genuine connection. Our second method revolves around this concept of intentional invitation. By deliberately creating spaces for deeper connection, you're not just testing the waters of likability, you're actively shaping the social ecosystem around you. When you extend genuine invitations, to coffee, to conversations, to shared experiences, you're not merely seeking validation, you're offering others the gift of authentic connection. The practice of intentional invitation extends far beyond the simple act of extending social overtures. It encompasses a complete paradigm shift in how we view our role in social ecosystems. Think of yourself as a curator of meaningful experiences, not just for yourself, but for those around you. This might mean organizing thoughtful gatherings that go beyond surface-level socializing, creating spaces where people feel safe to share their true thoughts and feelings. By taking the initiative to craft these opportunities for connection, you position yourself as someone who adds value to others' lives, rather than someone seeking validation. This proactive approach also provides clear, tangible evidence of your social standing. People's responses to your invitations offer concrete feedback, replacing nebulous anxieties with actual data about your social relationships. The third method, what I call the mirror of actions, draws from Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In the context of social acceptance, this transforms into a powerful tool. Pay attention not to what people say, but to what they do. Do they seek your counsel? Share their vulnerabilities? Include you in both triumphs and challenges? Actions, as the Stoics knew, speak volumes louder than words. This method isn't about tallying favors or creating social scorecards. It's about developing a keen eye for the subtle choreography of genuine human connection. In the digital age, where likes and comments often masquerade as meaningful interaction, the mirror of actions becomes an even more crucial tool for discerning genuine connection. Pay attention to the subtle ways people include you in their lives. Do they share their unfiltered moments, their real struggles, not just their curated highlights? Notice who remembers details about your life, who makes space for you in their busy schedules, who turns to you when they need support or want to share joy. These actions form a silent language of acceptance and connection that speaks volumes louder than any verbal assurance could. By developing literacy in this language of actions, you gain access to a more reliable metric for gauging your relationships. Remember, true connection often lives in the quiet moments, the unspoken gestures, the consistent presence that others maintain in your life. As we transition to our fourth method, the lens of perspective, we must acknowledge a fundamental truth. Often, what we perceive as dislike is merely the projection of our own insecurities. This method involves a deliberate shift in perspective, a mental exercise that would make Epictetus proud. When you enter a room and feel that familiar pang of, "They don't like me," pause. Observe. Are others truly focused on judging you, or are they, like you, navigating their own seas of uncertainty? This shift from being the imagined center of negative attention to being one among many fellow humans, all wrestling with their own doubts, can be profoundly liberating. The psychological concept of the spotlight effect illuminates why this perspective shift is so crucial. We consistently overestimate how much attention others are paying to our actions and appearance. This cognitive bias, when combined with social anxiety, can create a perfect storm of perceived judgment. To counter this, develop the practice of what I call social mindfulness, a deliberate shifting of attention from self-focused anxiety to curious observation of the social dynamics around you. Notice how others interact, their body language, their own moments of uncertainty or self-consciousness. This wider perspective often reveals a profound truth. Most people are too preoccupied with their own social performance to be critically judging yours. By expanding your awareness beyond the confines of self-focused anxiety, you begin to see the larger tapestry of human interaction, where everyone is navigating their own path of social connection and acceptance. Let me share a personal story that illuminates the fifth method, the feedback loop. Years ago, I was convinced that my colleagues at a new workplace harbored a secret dislike for me. Every unanswered email felt like confirmation. Every lunch invitation not extended seemed proof of my social exile. Instead of drowning in assumption, I employed what would become this fifth method. I created intentional opportunities for feedback. Not by asking, "Do you like me?" which would be both awkward and ineffective, but by opening channels for genuine exchange. I started simple. "I'd love your thoughts on this project," or "Could we grab coffee?" "I'd value your perspective." The art of creating effective feedback loops requires a delicate balance of vulnerability and boundaries. Start by identifying your social anchors. Those individuals in your life who have demonstrated consistency and trustworthiness. With these anchors, practice what I call calibrated disclosure, gradually sharing more of your authentic self while paying attention to the responses you receive. This might begin with simple observations. I noticed you seemed distant in our meeting earlier. I value our relationship and wanted to check in. By framing your concerns as opportunities for dialogue rather than accusations or expressions of insecurity, you create space for honest, constructive feedback. Remember, the goal isn't to collect reassurances, but to develop a more accurate understanding of your social dynamics and to strengthen genuine connections. Method 6, what I've come to call the Stoic's mirror, draws deeply from the well of ancient wisdom. The Stoics understood that we cannot control others' opinions of us, only our responses to them. This method isn't about discovering if people like you. It's about developing an unshakable foundation of self-respect that renders that question less crucial. When you embody the qualities you admire, kindness, integrity, courage, you naturally draw others who value these traits. The irony is beautiful. By focusing less on being liked and more on being likable, you often achieve both. The profound power of this method lies in its ability to transform your relationship with social anxiety itself. When you focus on embodying admirable qualities, you shift from being a passive recipient of others' judgment to an active creator of value in your relationships. This doesn't mean becoming a performative version of yourself, but rather aligning your actions with your deepest values. Ask yourself, what qualities would I admire in a friend? Then, consciously cultivate these qualities in your own behavior. This practice serves a dual purpose. It not only makes you more likely to attract genuine connections, but it also builds an internal foundation of self-respect that becomes increasingly resilient to external validation. As you develop this internal locus of evaluation, you'll find that the question of whether people like you becomes less anxiety-provoking and more an opportunity for growth and authentic connection. The seventh and perhaps most transformative method is what I call the invisible thread of reciprocity. This method recognizes a profound truth. The energy we put into the world creates ripples that inevitably return to us. When you suspect people don't like you, examine the quality of the connections you're fostering. When you approach interactions with genuine curiosity and care, you create what psychologists call psychological safety, an environment where authentic connection can flourish. This isn't about keeping score or expecting immediate returns on your social investments. Rather, it's about recognizing that the quality of energy you bring to your relationships inevitably shapes the social ecosystem around you. Practice what I call mindful presence in your interactions, fully engaging with others, listening deeply, and responding thoughtfully. This level of attention and care creates a ripple effect, gradually transforming the nature of your social connections from superficial exchanges to meaningful bonds. Are you fully present in your interactions, or are you constantly evaluating, judging, seeking approval? The Stoic philosopher Hierocles taught about expanding circles of concern, from self to family to humanity. By consciously expanding your circle of genuine care and interest in others, you create a magnetic field of authentic connection. Think about the last time you felt truly comfortable in your own skin. In that moment, did you worry about whether people liked you? This is the paradox at the heart of our journey. The less we grasp at approval, the more naturally it comes to us. But this isn't about playing games or employing social strategies. It's about something far more profound: the cultivation of genuine self-worth and the art of human connection. When you embody the principles we've explored, authentic engagement, intentional invitation, the mirror of actions, perspective shifting, feedback loops, the Stoic's mirror, and the thread of reciprocity, you're not just discovering if people like you. You're becoming someone worthy of genuine connection. Let me be clear. This journey isn't about becoming universally liked. Such a goal is not only impossible but fundamentally misguided. As Epictetus wisely noted, if you want to improve, Be content to be thought foolish and stupid. The true measure of social success isn't in being liked by everyone, but in fostering genuine connections with those who resonate with your authentic self. Through these 7 methods, you're not just gaining social insights, you're developing a framework for meaningful human connection. As we draw our exploration to a close, I want to address the deeper question that often lurks beneath the surface of, do people like me? The question of worthiness. In my years of studying Stoic philosophy and working with individuals grappling with social anxiety, I've observed that this question is often a proxy for something more profound. Am I worthy of being liked? The beauty of the journey we've outlined today is that it transforms this question entirely. Instead of seeking external validation, you're developing the tools to create meaningful connections while remaining true to your core values. Consider this. Every great philosopher, leader, or innovator throughout history faced moments of doubt about their social standing. Yet their contributions to humanity didn't come from being universally liked, but from being unwaveringly authentic. By embracing these 7 methods, you're not just learning to gauge social acceptance. You're learning to navigate the complex terrain of human connection with wisdom, grace, and authenticity. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate the question, do people like me, entirely. Rather, it's to transform your relationship with this question from one of anxiety and uncertainty to one of curious exploration and self-growth. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. By applying these 7 methods, you're not just discovering where you stand with others, you're discovering the power of standing confidently in your own truth. As you move forward from this video, I encourage you to approach these methods not as a checklist to be completed, but as a journey to be embraced. Each interaction becomes an opportunity for growth, each moment of doubt a chance to apply these principles. The path to genuine connection, both with others and with yourself, lies not in desperately seeking approval, but in cultivating the kind of authentic presence that naturally draws others to you. Your journey begins now, not with the quest to be liked by everyone, but with the far more noble pursuit of being someone worthy of genuine connection. The 7 methods we've explored are your compass in this journey, guiding you from uncertainty to clarity, from anxiety to authentic engagement.